Akash INTI. Checking in for today. A little loud, but the traffic's pretty loud right now, so I think it's appropriate. On my way back, a little bit late today. Went for a little bit of a coffee run, but not real coffee. Not to say that there is fake coffee. No, it's decaf coffee, because if I had real caffeinated coffee, man, I would be talking a mile a minute, almost like I'm talking right now. But I didn't have a decaf. I had decaf today. I didn't have regular caffeine because I just knew, man, that stuff would keep me up like literally all day, all night, maybe even all year. No, I'm kidding. There's no way that it could possibly keep me up all year. But I'm feeling rather talkative today and catching myself when I'm sometimes maybe not even super, how would you say, spot on with my words, right? So one might be thinking to themselves now, why would you possibly be talking complete and utter nonsense? Well, to some it's nonsense. To me, it's expressing myself. It's just saying the words that come to the top of my mind without even thinking about the words that come to the top of my mind. Quick little glimpse of Warren Brook Golf Course. Little itch in the nose. Sip of the decaf, and we're back. So what's going on with me? Well, just like I mentioned. Thunder. Thunder's in the area! Thunder, guys! If I had my whistle as a lifeguard, I would be blowing it right now. And no, don't be thinking about blowing those kinds of whistles because, well, frankly, that's that, you know? I crack myself up sometimes. I really do. On the way over, while I was walking, there was this lady, and I've always, literally, throughout the whole pandemic, I saw her walking every single day. Like, maybe once or twice I didn't see her, but that's probably because we just didn't, like, I just didn't see her at that time. But literally, like, incredible amount of dedication to the art of walking. I just saw these flowers over here. I don't know if you guys can see them. Yeah, you guys can. I just had to shout them out because, I don't know, you gotta shout out flowers. They're beautiful. Gotta appreciate them. I like appreciating beauty. To me, it's interesting. Anyway, so this lady she was walking by, and it's the first time I've ever like walked by her, right? Like I've mostly seen her in the car, like while I was in the car while she was walking, or she had headphones on and I was on the other side of the street. So this is the first time that we were like really crossing paths. And it's interesting because in New Jersey, again, I'm in the suburbs of New Jersey, right? So it's not like we don't really have sidewalks in this particular area. And I don't know, in this area, like most people tend to be a little bit more shy to some degree. Not shysty, shy. So I was kind of expecting like we don't really say anything, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to say hello. I'm going to be a little bit more engaging with my community, right? And why? Well, why not? This is, it's part of, there was some lightning there. The bull on my hat has a little bit of metal. Could I be a potential strike for lightning? Well, there's a possibility of it. But that's living on the side of danger. Now, more than anything, I'm actually more so concerned about maybe the rain a little bit. No, that really wouldn't even make a difference. A little bit of rain never really hurt anybody, except when it did, right? And then that blowing. Well, yeah, it really could hurt somebody. But no, I don't even really know what I'm talking about right now, but that's kind of the beauty of this, right? It's like, it's okay to just talk and have my opinions be spoken without any real meaning behind it, without any real whatever behind it. I found out more and more that, man, that's like important in just communicating, right? It's like, it's the willingness to put myself out there. That's one of the biggest things that I've continued. I literally like love about myself most is the willingness to put myself out there. I just got a drop of rain. At what point do you know it's actually raining? When there's one drop, or does there have to be like 10 drops? At what point is it really raining? If one person feels one drop of rain, another person doesn't feel a drop of rain, well, it's clearly raining now. These are like big drops of rain too, right? It's not like the little ones. And I've always noticed that when it starts raining, it's always like bigger drops of rain. How's it going? Which is really, really interesting to me, right? Because, I don't know, it's just something I've noticed. Maybe not always, but at the very least, the past couple times that it's been raining, that's what I've noticed. And you guys there was a lightning strike. That was, you guys caught, I think, last time I was on a video. Maybe it was the time before that, but nonetheless. But coming back to the whole thing that I was talking about putting myself out there. That's one of the things I love about myself. I almost cracked my jaw right there. I was like, I got so excited. I was like, and it just made raindrops in my face now. Well, Luckily for this hat, which is literally transparent and see-through, and now it's really coming down. Golfers like being like, oh man, gotta golf. And the golfers are looking at me like, who the fuck is that like crazy guy out there? Which I just cursed. This is not gonna be a video for kids, though it never really is, right? I mean, I don't know. If you're a child consuming my content, well, I encourage you to turn around, right? It's not the path for children, to say the least. Anyways, I love going back to this whole, I totally lost my train of thought, but it's like right there. You know that feeling when you're like, it's right on the tip of your tongue, and you're like, I know exactly what I'm talking about, but at the same time, the words are like eluding me, they're escaping me. For some reason, I just can't get them out. Well, that's exactly where I was at in that particular moment, but they're back. But that putting myself out there, that's one of the things that I appreciate the most about myself, right? Putting myself out there in the sense of the way that I dress. Check out the way that I dress today. A little bit putting myself out there. Putting myself out there in the way that I'm talking and that I'll throw and toss and engage with the world around me. Not worried about if people are gonna take me in a positive way, whatever that means, or in a negative way, whatever that means. Right, I went to the Starbucks and I was ordering. And I was just feeling, like I mentioned, super animated, super social. The girl behind the counter, she's like, how are you doing today? I'm like, I'm wonderful. But no caffeine for me today because as you can tell, I'm already pretty caffeinated. So, and I went on something along like these lines and she's like, and I'm like, how are you doing today? And she's like, all right. And I'm like, okay, lady, or okay, little girl, because she was kind of a little bit younger than me. Like, sure, we can play this whole, like, let's be the most boring person in the world game. And maybe there's a time for that. Maybe I get it, you're at work, whatever. But, like, why? Literally, like, why? Why would you want to live your life that way? That's, like, A, super boring. B, it makes the time go by that much worse. But at the same time, I also kind of get it, right? Because if I look at myself when I was younger, I would probably have been doing something similar. Because I just, more than anything, I had never encountered people like me out there, right? The people who are a little bit out there, a little bit more creative, willing to explore life to some degree. I just totally forgot that it was raining, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's raining. Which I kind of like as like a way of, I don't know, I kind of like that as like part of the setting of this whole little video, if you will. Right, because it adds character to it more than anything. So, anyways, that's what I got for you guys. And so, we leave it here. This is Akash INTI signing off. I don't know if I ever really finished the end of that story. If I did, let me know. If I didn't, well, ask me what's the end of that story, and maybe you play your cards right. We'll get back to it. Nonetheless, keep up, thrive, stay sexy.